right, well, quite an impressive array of ribbons earned. And it's not all about the ribbons, but the ribbons are a big part of the structure of Mowglis. It's been a tremendous summer. From mountaintops to the lakes, the kids have accomplished so much. They've come together. I've said to each dorm at some point, do you want to be a group of kids that just happen to live in the same building together for 7 weeks?
No.
Or do you want to be, for example, the Den of 2024? Or the Cubs of 2024? Or 2 Mile of 2024? Blue or Teal or Panther? And they all answered that call and came together as a band of brothers. And together, Cubs through Den and Yearlings, we are the Mowgli Pack. And guys, I can't thank you all enough for all of your commitment to each other's success, all the empathy, resilience, leadership you have all shown time and time again this summer. But here we are, the end of the summer. You all have learned a lot. And I want you to take what you've learned here, whether it's integrity, or the golden rule, or something else, and let that follow you home and ripple out from you. Because you guys are going to be returning to your homes very soon. And the school will be open is needed by everybody, not just you. So as you go forth from today, remember all the stuff you've learned and apply it to your home. Don't forget to make your beds, right? Show your parents that you can put your laundry in your laundry bags. They get to keep their laundry bags, right? But seriously, great job. Now campers, there's folks in this room who have made this whole experience possible. They put their lives on hold to be here. In the ages of cell phones and Instagram and Snapchat, they left all that to the staff room, by and large, and have been working tirelessly for you all. So campers, let's give the counselors an enormous round. That gratitude is an essential characteristic to a well-rounded human being. And campers and staff, we couldn't be here if the parents had not agreed to send us their children. So parents, thank you very much. And I don't think I've ever done this before, but none of us would be here if not for Mowgli itself. So I've never given a Mowgli cheer to Mowgli, but I feel like we should. So, Mowgli cheer for Mowgli on 3. 1, 2, 3. Yay, 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 Mowgli, yay, Mowgli, Mowgli, to Mowgli, yay! All right, that's it for me. That's it.
Welcome to Mrs. Holt's Day 2024. The following speeches are going to give you some insight into the activities, trips, and adventures that go on during the summer. It is not easy to tell a whole summer's worth of fun in one speech, but our speakers have done a great job trying. Thank you so much for being here to celebrate the accomplishments, trials, and tribulations of a successful Mowgli summer. So without further ado, our 2024 Mrs. Holt Day speakers.
Hi everyone, I'm Reed Irving, and I'm excited to tell you about my first year at Camp Mowglis. When I got to camp, it was rainy and muggy, which made me a little nervous. I didn't know what to expect since it was my first year. The first days were a bit overwhelming because we had to unpack and learn about the camp's different activities. I felt shy at first, but that was okay. The first week was all about getting used to camp and learning how to do things the Mowgli way, like setting up our beds. At first, it felt kind of boring, but things got way better when we started the activities. The best part of the first week was the road course, where we swung over Newfound Lake. It was so much fun. By the second week, we were all settled in and ready for adventures. We got to explore different dorms like Tumar, Baloo, Aquila, Panther, and Den. It was cool to see all the different places and learn about them. In the third week, Camp Mowglis started to feel like home. The counselors were really nice, and by the fourth week, we were all good friends in our dorm. We were excited to see our parents again. During the fifth week, I felt sad because I wouldn't see my parents for 2 weeks, but I was happy to be with my friends. I got sick and had to stay in Tumai for 2 days, but I made friends with the campers who were there for 3 weeks. Week 6 was exciting because we got to see our parents. And at crew day, even though my red crew didn't win, I was okay because blue crew didn't play fair. I tried to have fun anyway. By the 7th week, we were ready to go home. We were excited but also sad to leave all the great memories behind. One of my favorite things at camp was learning how to make a fire in the camping industry. I'm really happy for all the great memories I made at Camp Mowglis, and I will be coming back next year. Thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoyed hearing about my camp adventure as much as I enjoyed being here. Cubs 2024, I salute you.
Lord, you know that's ever on the road, and if you think a while, you'll guess it's safe. We're youngest of the pack, no spirits never lack, and far and wide we claim our name to fame. We have a brook we guard right in our own backyard. Perhaps this clue will tell you who we are. Although we're only 10, we have the strength of men, and we expect to travel very far. So here's the great July, our ever proud July, of all the packs she certainly is best. And to our dear July, we lift our voices high, and then go on to live our life in zest. Ra-ra-ra-ra, July, ra-ra-ra-ra, July, she stands for all the things we know are right. And if our old July, our ever bold July, these 5 years will ever be so bright.
Hello, my name is Lydia, and I wrote the speech for Village. Good morning. The first 2 days of camp were filled with unpacking and seeing new notebooks. As the first 2 days ended, we were introduced to industry. Excitement over ribbons began. The summer began to go at a pace faster than any of us can imagine. As the first week ended and the second began, the dorm rumbled with excitement when we found out that we would be traveling from island to island. However, the trip was going to the north, since we were split not 3 miles from Mowglis. And we were going to be paddling the entire way. So that part wasn't very exciting. But on the bright side, it was a wonderful night trip. Just 2 weeks after our camp, 6 campers left. The dorm felt quieter, but we adapted. Before we knew it, it was true. We similar slow, but all of us created. It was an argument, of course. Our last week we all felt fun, but we were losing. Instead of getting too down, we made a plan to come back each other for video. After camp, the writing are gone. And still, I struggle with the blueprints were absolutely.
She really has the class, all of us no surprise, in all particular.
first night. We started off the summer full of anticipation and hope for what was to come. We started the first week with the news of a base camp trip to Belle Island. Many of us were a bit homesick or nervous like always, but we soon started having tons of fun. The Belle Island trip was a great way to start our year off right. We got back to camp and immediately went straight into normal Mowgli days. The second week flew by as we were busy starting new ribbons or finishing up old ones. Around halfway to the end of the second week, we got split up into groups for our first ever pack trip. We departed on the third week. On the first night, we stayed at this campsite with this pond, and there were massive leeches, which was a bit scary, but we moved on and ended up having an amazing time. The fourth week rolled around, and it was relatively normal for us, except for the parents' weekend, which was really fun. The next week was Squad's week, which is when we saw Gopher and Washington Squad leave to climb the presidentials. By this point, many ribbons have been earned, as well as many graduation requirements. We had a fun week despite many absences in Den and Panther. The sixth week came, and it's arguably the best week in camp, Crew Week. Everyone was super nervous and excited to see what boat they were on. After that first night, some were disappointed and some were excited. The week started with learning our respective crew chants and cheers. We continued on through the week with lots of practices and industries. And finally, the bonfire night came. The bonfire was so cool and it was massive. Race day came along and thankfully it was an RVD. We wrapped up Crew Week with a delicious meal on the lower ball field. We raised the red oar and the entirety of the camp changed back to Mowgli gray. Some of the Kilo went on the red ribbon trip, while others were getting ribbons and some were keeping their own circles. In the last week, it's always tradition that we all hike Cardigan and have watermelon at the top. This year, the Kilo took the Woodland Trail up and the Clark and the Holt trails down. It was really fun. Soon after that, we had our last industry periods in which 6 of the acolytes finished up their last requirements in woodworking and got their gold ribbons. Overall, I think I speak for all of Akio when I say that this has been one of my favorite years. Akio 2024, I salute you.
Dear friends and family, I'd like to start off by thanking you all for coming today. We started our summer by rekindling friendships and sharing stories of the previous years. And though our dorm was smaller this year, we immediately set out to accomplish far greater goals than in past summers. We put a special emphasis on den requirements this year to enable us to have a more relaxed den summer. And on trip day the first week, we forged our own path up and over Plymouth Mountain through trail clearing and bushwhacking. And through various twists and turns, our 6.2-mile hike ended up being 10.5 miles. However, Mr. Conklin swears we were never lost. We didn't have much time to work on industries because immediately after the first week, we were sent to the North Crawford Notch region to hike the Franconia Ridge. And despite the breathtaking views, we were most ecstatic for a brief drunken trip on the ride home. We spent week 3 steadily chipping away at requirements for ribbons, and by the time we had found our rhythm at camp, they threw us back into the woods for the Mahoosuc Pack Trip in week 4. We tested our grit out on 2 hardest miles of the Appalachian Trail, and even though our dried mango was stolen for the second trip in a row, we endured through the whole trip. And by the end of week 4, we had regained our rhythm again, and we were on track for a successful year. In spite of the inspectors finding the occasional candy wrapper, we still earned a whopping 22 inspection points over the course of the summer, the first 10 of which being earned before the end of week 3. However, those wrappers, along with other contraband, were contributing factors to a scoop trip that was delayed until week 5. We were sad to say that 2 of our members were unable to attend scoops due to their unavailability while they were on Gopher Squad. And just after his return from squads, Alex swam his 9th double full weight gunga with a time of 24 minutes and 27 seconds earning the first of 2 Caw Awards in Panther this year. With Scott's overs and scoops eaten, we anxiously awaited the announcements of boats to start our 2024 crew week. In spite of the overwhelming number of Denites, 4 members of our dorm earned spots on the near mythical racing crew. And between practices and events, crew day was soon upon us. Even though we all know Blue Crew's the best crew, Red unfortunately won. And we finished off 2024 with 5 Inner Circle inductees and a 2nd Caw Award earned by Preston. This has been by far our most exciting year, and I speak for all of us when I say we are excited for our 2025 Den year. Panther 2024, we salute you.
This summer, me and 18 others joined the Den of 2024. Since my early days as a Cub, the Den has been on the horizon, as the end of the fun days I'll have as a camper. Instead, these have been years of life lessons that I'll take on into my normal life. We have faced triumphs and defeats and succeeded in becoming the Den of 2024. In the first week of the summer, we split into 2 groups going on our final pack trip as a dorm, Zealand Falls. The second week, the Brown Riveters went off to lead the Baloo and 2 Mile trips. While they were away, the rest of the dorm spent working on graduation requirements. The third week was Connecticut Lakes. The first day was a fun car ride filled with music and games. The second day was awful. It rained so hard that all of our stuff got wet. We did some canoeing where Donovan and I played pirates, stealing everybody's stuff, and because of our tents got soaked, some of us slept in the van. On the third day, we chilled, played games, hiked into Canada, did some moose hunting, but we never found a moose, and we never did the entire trip. We did it like twice. And then it was raining so much, we went to go get pizza. We listened to a bunch of songs while we were doing moose hunting. The top 2 were Fiend and Sunflower. On day 4, we went for a sunrise canoeing thing. There was no sunrise, it was like really foggy. We ended up getting really cold and wet. And then we went to a waterfall, and then we got more cold and wet. These were all Mr. Shukup's ideas. I didn't agree with them at all. So, right. Then we went back to camp. Then it was the 4th week. We spent that time working on graduation requirements, and then having more fun and time together as a dorm. The 5th week, we split into Gopher and Washington squads, and embarked on a journey to some of the presidentials. We came back, and it was the 6th week, and we split up into red and blue crews, beginning the crew week with excitement and readiness to row for a cruise. Of course, though, it was an RBD. All right, now it's the last week. The last week will be campers. The last of us finishing our graduation, doing the last fun thing we'll do as campers, and as one group of people together. Some things I have to mention was Lion Courtney the entire year had a chapel bench and just walked around with it. No, it was a campfire bench and just walked around the entire time with it. And Drew Mohan carried a whole watermelon up the Cardigan Holt Trail. That was really sick. All right. Thank you, Den, for everything. The good, the bad, and all the fun times. All of this has molded me to lead me to becoming the person I want to be in the future. Den of 2024, I salute you.
We live in dear old Mountie and we have a mighty name. Our dormitory leads the pack in every kind of game. Our graduates have left their tracks high in the halls of fame. Den's marching onwards to glory. Hoorah, 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 hoorah! We cheers for you, old Den. Hoorah, 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 hoorah! She makes the Mountie meadow. We love her dear, we have no fear. Her name will never die. Den's marching
As you guys already know, me and Mr. Aradeshki taught archery this year, and we also had the archery tournament. I'm very proud to say that this year it was a really hard-fought match, but the junior archery tournament winner is Zach Jones.
And the senior archery tournament winner, has been a foreshadowing in Birch Bark, was Lion Courtney. He didn't even do archery this year, he just came in and won.
All right, this summer down in the fencing range, we had 2 tournaments. One at the 4-week mark and one at the 7-week mark. And one young man went and just blew us all away, won both of them. Walked out there a winner, Daniel Devine. Please come up here.
Is it is exemplary marksmanship and attitude on the rifle range. So without further ado, the 2024 rifle team is Kieran Clark, Julian Clark, Hayward Wilcox, Kellen Lockhart, Kingsley Noisy, and their captain, Johnny Mowglis, and their captain, Will Slacks. Congratulations, gentlemen. In addition to the rifle team tournament and medals, we have the awards rifle, which is for the individual who is a cut above the rest in both attitude and accuracy. And this year, the 2024 awards rifle goes to Kingsley Nuezi.
My name is Rich Morgan, and I've taught it bugling for a few years since 1971 along the way. Kellen, come on down. Kellen has done a great job the last 2 years. He has carried most of the load in terms of being the camp bugler and keeping the Mowgli Day moving along as it should. I gave him his golden cord, or I should say he earned his golden cord last year, so I can't give it to him again. But I have a special award that I want to present to you today. So, this is a official, genuine World War I military trench bugle or cavalry bugle. I love these things. I find them on eBay and I buy them. And then I bring them to Mowgli and I use them. So, I want to present this to you. I have a feeling that you haven't heard the last from this bugle yet.
Jenkins, president of the board here at Mowgli. And I have a few final thank yous. As Director Nick was reminding us, we wouldn't be here without Mowgli. There's somebody else for whom we wouldn't be here if it had not been for this person, a very important woman in the history of Mowgli. So, who is today named after?
Miss Holt.
Mrs. Holt. So, Mrs. Holt, we salute you. of the camp. D. Robbins, please come to the front. Otherwise known as Chef D. I don't know if you all have been counting, but this is your 11th year, 11th summer at camp, and your 10th year working at Mowglis. In recognition of this, we would like to award you your Old Gold 10-year ribbon. You keep us all healthy and fed, and as we all know, if the food isn't good, camp isn't good. So we are eternally grateful. And before a Mowgli cheer, a few words from Hart.
I know intimately the fun of working in the kitchen and cooking for all you guys. There's more that goes on there than you know. There's a whole lot more that goes on there that I don't do myself, and that goes to Mrs. Robbins here. This place would not move without this woman right here. Really, really deserves all the accolades you can give her, and I'd like to give this to you for your 10 years of service and 9 years of working with me.
Mowgli cheer on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yay, 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 Mowgli, M-O-W-G-L-I-S. Yay, Chef D, Chef D, Chef D.
And finally, there's no such thing as thanking the counselors who work here too much. No such thing, right? Day in, day out, 14 hours a day, at least, 6 days a week. I had the pleasure of meeting some of you around June 11th for the first time. The second or third day that counselors were on camp, they were here, they were there, they were everywhere. They were in the trees, they were on the water, they were everywhere. And it's these counselors that make the magic of Mowgli happen. So with such a deep heart of gratitude, please, all of the counselors, if you're not already standing, please stand, all right? And as well, the junior counselors, the senior counselors, I want to also acknowledge the HQ staff and the year-round staff. Without you all, this place does not work the way that it works. And it's you are the heart, you are the muscles, you are the care, and you are the guidance of our camp. So, Mowgli cheer on 3 for the Mowgli staff. 1, 2, 3.
Yay, 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 Mowgli, M-O-W-G-L-I-S. Yay, the staff, the staff, the staff. Yay!
The graduates come up and have their medals. They'll be standing up here. If you're a graduate, please bring your stuff with you. Okay, your packet, your plaque. Just put it behind you on the stage so it doesn't get left on the benches. Anybody that earned ribbons should put them inside your envelopes right now if you haven't already done so. At the end of presenting the medals, we will all rise for the singing of the graduates hymn. And then at that time, we're going to start down here with Mr. Salazar and file and shake and congratulate the graduates' hands. And we'll start with the first row, second row, all the way back. Parents, you're also welcome to come shake the graduates' hands if you choose to. Okay? Wash your hands afterwards.
So,
yeah, I'm sort of bursting in. I really apologize. I hate to break the flow, but I'm remiss. I have a PS to my thanks. I did not specifically name Director Nick by name when we're thanking the staff, the HQ, the year-round staff. Nick Robbins, speaking for the Board of Trustees, and for all of the parents, and for all of the staff, and for all of the PAC members, we thank you and we salute you. Thank you for your tireless work.
It's an honor.
So,
absolute honor to do what I do and help facilitate this process. So thank you guys.
2016, 2019, 2021, and 2024.
Applause at the end. There'll be awkward quietness in the meantime.
Jason Young, 2021 and 2024. Sebastian LaFontaine, 2021 to 2024. Guy Sawinski, 2022 to 2024. Carter Yetman, the third. Carter Fitzhugh Yetman, the third, 2022 to 2024. Goodwood C.H. Shinobos, 2023 to 2024. Donovan Thomas Cook, 2021 to 2024. Julian Leon, 2018 to 2019, 2021 to 2024. Justin Leon, 2018 to 2019, 2021, 2024. Edward Kellen Lockhart, 2021 to 2024. W. Lyon, L.H. Courtney, 2018 to 2019, 2021 to 2024. Cash James Lindsley, 2021 to 2024.
Se-Jing Lim, TJ, 2022 to 2024. Dhruv Mohan, 2021 to 2024. Hayden Elliott, 2018 to 2019, 2021 to 2024.
Your 2024 graduates. Please rise. Remember to bring all your stuff from your seats, boys.